collection of short and sweet speeches. This is not going to be that. So buckle up. Yeah. Here we go. So, my name's Allison, and I was a high school classmate of John's. Shout out to the other Seattle Prep Panthers in the house tonight. So, John and I got to know each other because he was the captain of the football team and I was the head cheerleader. That's not true. We were both drama nerds and we bonded over our shared love of the theater. I'd like to take you now on a journey back through time for a glimpse at John, the man, the performer, the legend in his youth. John and I both love musicals. Freshman year, when our drama teacher announced that they'd be putting on Little Shop of Horrors and there would only be 10 people in the cast, I was too afraid of rejection to even try out. John, on the other hand, strode into the audition and announced to the drama teacher that he intended to be cast as Seymour, the male lead. He didn't get the part, but he did make it into the chorus. And he was one of only 2 freshmen and the only freshman boy to make it into the show at all. Mm-hmm. Now, for those of you who are not intimately familiar with the plot of Little Shop of Horrors, or if you just need a little refresher, it's about a geeky guy and a ditzy girl who work in a struggling flower shop in a rundown neighborhood. The guy's prized possession is his gigantic Venus flytrap, which turns out to have an appetite for human blood. And the girl sings of her longing to make it out of Skid Row to somewhere that's green, with a husband who loves to garden and mow the lawn and rake the leaves. A private Eden that looks like a picture out of Better Homes and Gardens magazine. Honestly, I don't know, you guys, why I was not getting the lead in all of these, but anyways. The beautiful, safe, happy place that we all want to end up in. Somewhere that's green. Remember that? That's what we in the industry call foreshadowing. Sophomore year, John and I were in the musical Oklahoma. I was cast completely against type as the crotchety, elderly, frumpy Aunt Eller. And John was Allie Hackham, a slick, charismatic traveling salesman and con artist. His big song, "It's a Scandal, It's an Outrage," was an angry, misogynist rant about how all women are just a bunch of conniving hags whose only goal in life is to trap men into marriage so they can subdue and control them. It wasn't John's fault. He didn't write the script. He just played the hell out of it. Junior year, when it was announced that the musical would be Guys and Dolls, 2 of our good friends were widely favored to play the 2 male leads. However, when the 2 of them got into a fist fight over a girl, something John was decidedly never tempted to do, they were both suspended from school and barred from auditioning, thus clearing the way for John to swoop in and snag his first romantic lead. Luck be a lady. Indeed. John played Sky Masterson, a slick, charismatic, high-rolling gambler, and I played the elderly, frumpy, crotchety General Matilda Cartwright, leader of a church brigade. In the show, Sky Masterson goes legit when he falls in love with one of the younger and much more attractive members of the church brigade, renouncing his gambling, drinking, partying ways and becoming instead a crusader for Christ. Senior year, John played the title role in The Music Man. He's a what? He's a what? He's a music man. He sells clarinets. He was Professor Harold Hill, a slick, charismatic, traveling salesman and con artist who gives up his con and goes legit when he falls in love with a virtuous town librarian. Now, if you didn't notice, there seems to be a little bit of a theme here, wherein John portrayed this whole series of greasy fraudsters, swindlers, and gamblers who make a career out of manipulating people to their own advantage. I think there's a reason for that. People like that succeed because they're incredibly charming, vibrant, magnetic, funny. They have big voices, big laughs, big personality. Their energy and enthusiasm is infectious. Other people want to be around them, follow them, and be entertained by them. They want to somehow capture or buy whatever it is they have. And while I've never known John to be anything but honest and upstanding and selfless, and while he's certainly never tried to sell me anything, he has the same razzle-dazzle. That energy, that sparkle, that it factor. And in my mind, he is and always will be the consummate showman. I want to acknowledge, though, that while those qualities are absolutely real and authentic to John, that's not the whole story. From what I've witnessed over the past 25 years, his journey to get to today has not been an easy one. Behind the sparkle and the showmanship, there's been a lot of struggle. The pain of being different. Feeling of needing to hide or tone down because if people saw him for who he really is, they might not accept him. The fear of not being loved. And the loss of several people in his life who did love him and who he loved, and the grief that lingers. But in Bruce, John has found someone who's all in for the razzle-dazzle, but also sees the vulnerability and is tender with the parts of John that need tenderness. And unlike in the old musical theater tropes, he's not trying to convert John into a more boring version of himself. He's not trying to dull his sparkle. John hasn't gone legit, and I hope he never does. And I think it's noteworthy that he went and married a literal designer, a fellow creative, albeit in a different medium, who through his visionary contributions ups the production value of the whole enterprise. Someone who really knows how to make John pop. So in the end, John got his big Broadway ending. It just looks a little different. And it's better because it's real. He found happiness in the arms of an aesthete, a gardener, and a garden partier, a collector of carnivorous plants. Somewhere that's green. In closing, I would like to offer in toast to my old friend, the immortal lyrics of Frank Lesser, Guys and Dolls, Act 2, Scene 2. Music, I can wish you. Merry music while you're young, and wisdom when your hair has turned to gray. But more, I could not have wished you than to wish you'd find your love, your own true love, on this day. John, I'm proud of you. I love you. Thank you for being you and for being my friend. Bruce, thank you for loving my friend. It's lights up now on a new chapter in your lives, and we got a long way to go before curtain call. Break a leg.